gentlemen, welcome to Punta Gorda, Florida, home of the Bobby Dunn Radio Talk Show. Thank you for listening. Today's guest star, Paul Bonney. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bobby Dunn Show. Today we have Paul S. Bunnyman Bonney on the show, and he's prepared a list of questions that he wanted me to interview him on today. So, without any further ado, let me introduce Paul Bonney. Paul Bonney?
Hello.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Paul? What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do for a living? Stuff like that.
My name is Paul Bonney, and I live in wonderful, beautiful Northport, Florida. What I do for a living, I deliver newspapers to old people. Basically, in Venice, Florida, on the island.
Yeah, that's nice. Sounds really exciting there, Paul.
It's really exciting, especially when you knock down people's mailboxes.
Yeah, well, we've seen your car in the parking lot, and we have to admit that you are missing a mirror off the passenger side. We were kind of curious about that, but we'll go on to that another time. Is that all you do for a living then? You just deliver newspapers?
Well, I work on goofy websites.
Is that the only job you got? Because I don't see you making a living on newspapers alone.
Well, yeah, I work at Wally World, exciting Wally World.
Wally World? What's Wally World?
Walmart.
Oh, you work at Walmart. So what do you do there, like push carts or something?
Oh, how did you guess? Are you psychic?
No, actually, you just look the type, man. You don't look like you'd be working in the computer science department. So is it exciting pushing carts around the lot?
Well, I put on music. I listen to music on the radio while I'm doing this work. It's very exciting.
Okay, well, that's very nice. That's very exciting. Yes. Okay. We have some questions here that the Paul guy here has asked us to ask. Number one, favorite breakfast foods. What's your now? It says our personal favorites. Well, obviously you and I do not have the same breakfast foods. So anyway, what's your personally favorite breakfast food?
Oh, well, when I get up in the morning.
Dude, I didn't ask you for an itinerary what you did when you get up in the morning. What's your favorite breakfast food?
Well, my favorite breakfast food, I have to say, is well-prepared French toast. Nothing can prepare it.
Oh, okay, all right. Maybe knowing about your breakfast foods is not such a hot idea. Okay, here's one. Money-making schemes. Obviously, Paul, if we're asking you for advice on money-making schemes and you work in a newspaper and at Walmart, something tells me your tips and information might be the what not to do. So go ahead, tell us a money-making scheme. Go ahead.
Well, I have an interesting. I was actually with Amway.
Okay, well, obviously he's the get-rich-quick guy who gets scammed at the corner. So anybody that has a get-rich-quick scheme, like, kind of like grow this tree and it becomes money, give Paul S. Bunnyman Bonney in Northport a call, because apparently he's in. By the way, Paul, just to let you know, I've got this really nice piece of property in the Opie-Kenobi Swamp, and if you'd like to buy it, they think there might be uranium in there. Good opportunity for you, yes.
Wow. What about, like, oil or other fossil fuels?
Whatever you want, dude. Whatever you want. How much money you got?
Oh, $100.
Oh, yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, I'll sell you a bowling ball that I took from the local bowling alley. Okay, his third question here is, well, I suck at sports, all except bowling. Paul, I thought these were questions, not the answers to the questions.
They're not questions, supposed to be subject matters that we expand upon.
Well, see, there's a problem. See, when I went to school, I did not suck at sports. I was actually a high school football player for 4 years. I was varsity wrestler. I played on golf. That one I probably sucked at, but other than that, it was okay. So what sports are you good at, Paul?
Well, I'm pretty good at bowling.
Did you ever bowl a 150 before? I mean, kind of like a record breaker 150?
No, my record breaker was like in the 200s, almost 230, 240.
Really? What was that, like a 150-point handicap? Okay, all right, let's see. Number 4 he has on here is why why I should not complain about my life when I see people that are severely disabled. You know, Paul, what kind of drugs or alcohol were you on when you wrote these questions? Let's move on to number 5. Oh, addictions, such as certain vid games, alcohol, or whatever. Okay, Paul, you know, drugs and alcohol, they might actually improve your situation. Alternative energy sources. Well, burning this piece of paper when I'm done reading it might be a good alternative energy source. Okay, here's a good one. This is Paul's 7th question. What to watch on television? What do you watch on television, Paul?
Let's see. I like to watch the History Channel. They usually have programs about Adolf Hitler.
So you're like a Nazi type person, huh? Are you going around saying Zig Heil and wearing one of those armband things and talking about...
No, it's just history. I'm just a history buff.
You know, I don't know if I believe that. It seems to me, one of my other producers here was telling me that at one time you were giving some people an impromptu lecture on National Socialism after hearing a Jeopardy question one time.
Oh, where was this? When did this happen?
About 4 years ago.
Ah.
You don't remember the things you say, do you, Paul? So it's okay. So you're into Nazism. Okay. You know they got defeated in World War II, right, Paul? Probably not a very popular hobby. Okay, what else do you like to watch on television?
Well, let's see. There's I don't know. Star Trek: The Next Generation. Certain episodes are really good.
You know, Star Trek: The Next Generation, while it was a member of the Star Trek series, it had to be the worst one of them all. It was gay, and I was really surprised that the series had lasted as long as it did. John Luke, I don't want to fire at you, Picard, while the ship was getting blown up. Yeah, great shows. Go ahead, Paul. Let's hear another one. These are classics here. Go ahead.
Let's see. There's Leave It to Beaver.
Paul, that show was on in the frickin' 60s, 70s, whatever.
Oh, it's on TV Land.
Yes, Paul, that's nice, and so's the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and I don't watch that either. Okay, what else? Go ahead.
Well, there's, oh boy, there is Stargate SG-1.
You know, Paul, with the exception of the Stargate SG-1 series, which is relatively decent, I have to admit your television programming sucks. So we're just going to move on to number 8. Oh, God. My favorite animals as pets. Okay, Paul, what are your favorite animals and pets? Ladies and gentlemen, I bet he says goats in the top 3. But go ahead, Paul. Please go ahead. Tell us your favorite animals as pets.
Let's see. There's cats, dogs.
Notice he's having to think about this. There's so many animals on the planet, he has to actually think about it. You know, Paul, it's
Thompson gazelles.
It strikes me as weird because I have another report here from another person who says I guess they had done business with you at one time, and it's funny that you mentioned the animals because they were saying that you, when they were working on your computer at a local computer establishment, which will go nameless, that you actually had in a directory animal sexually content pictures. So, ladies and gentlemen, if Paul is your neighbor, keep the cat indoors. It's not a good idea. If Paul says your dog looks really cute today, time to find a new neighborhood. Okay, Paul, let's move on to number 9. Where do you get a good burger? Well, Paul, with the information that you've been providing the rest of this telecast, I have this funny feeling that probably not going to be exactly the food expert either, but we'll go ahead and take a shot at this. Where's a good place to get a good burger?
Well, let's see. A good burger. There's a little restaurant in Venice called 24/7. It's a 24-hour restaurant.
You think?
Yeah. 24/7. You can get in there, go in there, get a good burger. It's specially prepared for every person. They're not...
Paul, this is not a freaking commercial. I don't remember giving you free commercial time for this restaurant. You get a kickback or something? How about naming a restaurant that people outside of Venice, Florida, like the other 3 billion, that they might know?
Oh, let's see. There's an In-N-Out Burger in California.
We're not in California. We are indeed in Florida. How about where a guy would get a burger in Kentucky Think of a national chain.
Oh, let's see.
Paul, why are you pulling your shirt up here in the studio? See that guy out the door there? He's going to come in here and kick your ass. We do not allow that kind of behavior in here.
I thought this was O and A.
What is an O and A?
I don't know.
Paul, while I have to go to commercial break here, but it's kind of cool because I can actually tie this into your guest appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, if you need some assistance in your life, you need some help and assistance, you need to call Uncle John's Psychiatric Care on 7th Avenue. The phone number is area code 941-743-0125. Paul, you might be able to get some assistance from Uncle John with the rather large multitude of issues that you have at this time. Psychiatric care, in fact, our show today, because we care about our people that come on the show, we're going to give you a $25, prepaid card to take to this Uncle John's. That'll get you probably in the door and probably get you seated. But that's okay. $25 doesn't go very far anymore. So get some psychiatric care, Paul, and anyone else listening to the show at Uncle John's. Okay? Okay, Paul, we were talking about the national food chain that you say gives good burgers. Let's hear it. Go ahead.
Well, you got Burger King.
Okay, so Burger King's your final answer. Fine, that's great. Okay, well, listen, Paul, while I have you here on this show, I have one other question for you, too. Who exactly is your wardrobe guy here? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is radio, so I'm going to have to describe this to you. The dude is wearing these, really nasty-looking tennis shoes. Something like from the 80s. And you know what? They might be from the 80s. I don't know. Then he's wearing these public-style work pants. They're kind of dorky-looking, kind of beige, I guess. I don't know. Then he's got shit in his pocket here. I'm allowed to say that because we're not on a local here. He's got shit in his pocket there. Looks like he's got kind of a problem, if you know what I mean. And then oh yeah. And by the way, I noticed his fly is open. The guy has some really major issues. Then he's wearing this shirt that looks like something from King Tut. It's got little Egyptian hieroglyphs, which might add the colors don't match with the pants. Okay? Then he's wearing these glasses that, might be a slightly updated version of Dennis the Menace's father's. And then he's got a hairdo, let's just say I've seen mops that have a little bit more consistency, okay? And then he's always picking his lip through the interview. He's sitting there eating his lip or, eating his hair or something or other. Or maybe he's picking boogers and just trying to hide it. I'm not really sure. But needless to say, he just does not look presentable. So, anyway, Paul, anything else you'd like to add to the show before we say goodbye and good riddance? Anything else you'd like to say, bud?
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Well, anyway, thank you for coming, and please tune in next time. We're going to have Bob Reinhardt on the show. Bob Reinhardt's going to be telling us how to be a millionaire in 12 easy steps. Thank you very much, and you have a good day.